Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are here for Ultimate Racing League's Monday evening racing, the Academy AM. It's the Croc Cup, ladies and gentlemen. It's the mixture of the people just starting out, just getting a feel for online league racing, pro sim racing, and your juniors. These guys were born with it. It's in their blood. But still, there has to be a place, a safe place, for them to cut their teeth. And the dailies certainly isn't that place for them. So, the Ultimate Racing League have created this haven, a safe place for people to come and race that aren't used to online racing. It is called the Academy. I cheekily call it the Croc Cup because they're using the Porsche Cayman Group 4 car, and the Cayman, as we all know, is named. I think it's their word, Japanese word for, or I mean German for crocodile or something. It means crocodile or alligator or something. So I call it the Croc Cup. We're here. It's the end. It's round 10. These guys have done an absolutely amazing job. My hat is off to all of them. They've stuck it out throughout 10 rounds. And Ultimate Racing League, I've got to say, they didn't take it easy on these guys. They chose some very, very tricky racetracks. We could have shoved a couple of ovals in there. We could have made it as easy as possible. But no, they picked very tricky tracks. And at the end of all of this, we're here for round 10, Kyoto Driving Park, 2 tracks in one. It doesn't get any easier. For these guys, they're ending on one of the hardest tracks out there, especially when the tracks join. There's a bump there that can really spin your car out. So we'll see how they get on. In the chat, we've got Rob saying, good evening, sir. And we've got the Baxter saying, I wonder who will wins this championship. Well, I've got the tables. I can tell you, before we go in, ladies and gentlemen, after round 9, Ginger finally has taken over the lead of this championship. I mean, he's had some very good results lately, and Carlsberg's led the championship for so long that that must have come as a bit of a shock for him, because Ginger now at the top on 236 points. Carlsberg is his second on 229 points, 7 points in it. It's nothing. And then we have the Saint in third on 218 points, an outside chance if the others have a bad round. Black Star is fourth on 207 points, and he hit the ground running since he's been in here, and he has absolutely devoured the races as he has gone along. Fifth place is Fazzy on 186 points, with Tidders in sixth on 183 points. Bubblegum is 7th on 155 points, with Frank in 8th on 149 points, and Waitsy is 9th on 145 points. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a tight little battle there in the middle of the table. We've got Ninja on 10 points on 104. Krell in 10 points. Ninja's in 10th on 104 points. Krell's 11th on 92 points. Steel is 12th on 70 points. Max is 13th on 54 points. The Plumber is 14th on 24 points. And Ninky is 12th on 22 points. And the Plumber, I believe, is Hoyland, I think, is who we are referring to as the Plumber in the table. So everything to fight for at the top, the middle, and the bottom. I mean, Fazzy and Tidders are very close together with only 3 points parting them. And we've got Bubblegum, Frank, and Waitsy all within 10 points of each other. And at the top there, we've only got 7 points between the two championship rivals. This is hot stuff. You're exactly where you should be. Stay still. Don't go anywhere. Let's have a look how they qualified. This evening, we're going to have 2 25-minute races. Fuel and tyres are not a concern. There is no strategy. It is racing from lights to flag. And boy, oh boy, do we get some racing. Remember, these guys are fresh. So we may see mistakes, but I've got to say, hand on heart, this season, not as many offs and bigs and bangs that I thought there was going to be. I really did think there was going to be mistakes galore, but these guys have represented themselves in a great way. There's no... I have enjoyed covering it because it has been such a nice, clean racing league. It's been beautiful. So anyway, that out the way. I don't want to keep milking all their egos. God almighty. So we'll crack on with the grid, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how they have qualified. Then on pole position, it's our boy Tidders. Tidders coming late in the championship. Great qualifying for Tidders. Not always getting the win from the pole. Not always converting that pole into a win, but always there and thereabouts. So Tidders looking to grab glory here in the final rounds. Then in second on the grid, we have Fazzy, ladies and gentlemen. Fazzy in the Marmite Porsche. Looking to take that win away from the Tidders. Tidders and Fazzy, remember, only 3 points divide them in this championship. So there is a lot of beef out there. And there's nothing better than goes with a bit of beef is a bit of Marmite, eh? Right. In third on the grid, we have Black Star, ladies and gentlemen. Black Star. Used to seeing him up there on pole, aren't we? But he's here in third for the moment. 007 number. I like it. Is it the real Bond? Is Black Star just a code name? But yes, we have a Black Star third on the grid. Can he convert that into a win and really take the fight to the two ahead of him? Fourth on the grid is Hoyland. There he goes. Where are we? Hoyland in the Venom Porsche, and he'll be wanting to punish those three ahead of him. Can Hoyland walk away with that win? Then in fifth we have Ninky, and Ninky I think only joined last round, and oh, very nice, has turned up with a beautiful livery. I think his one might not have loaded in last week or something, but Ninky, lovely. I am on board for that. It is beautiful. So Ninky then, starting in fifth. Ginger, our championship leader, is all the way down here in sixth spot. But it concerns him not in the big bad Rexy because his competitor is not in front of him. These guys are, they're not, they don't even matter to Ginger. And anyway, Ginger he usually qualifies right at the back and then decides to burst through to get a podium of some type. So Ginger does higher than his usual starts. No, Ginger in sixth place. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And no Carlsberg ahead. So it's not a bad sight for Ginger. He might be looking at a few cars, but he doesn't really have to concern them because none of them are Carlsberg, who is 7 points behind him in the table. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a look down at eighth place. Eighth? It's the Saint, but that's not usually the colours of the Saint. No, that's Frank's car. Why have I got... Where's Frank? I've got Frank as... Oh, no, Frank is seventh. Where's the Saint? Oh, eighth. Sorry, he's over there. Sorry. That was me. I jumped a number. So seventh is our boy Frank. Frank in that battle, remember, with Watesy and Bubblegum. So Frank up there in seventh spot. Not bad, not bad. He does like to throw it sideways. And I tell thee what about Kyoto Driving Park. Lots of drift corners. So Frank just might not be able to help himself. We'll see. Let's see if he can keep the drift under control. Here we go. Now, eighth is the Saint, ladies and gentlemen. The Saint here in eighth, keeping an eye on Ginger. And again, ahead of Carlsberg. Carlsberg still nowhere to be seen. So there we go. We have the Saint then. I think he's had a good season, but finishing third in the championship, you probably ask him, it's not the season that he was looking for. But it's somewhere to start, and there is always next season. I've heard they're in the Group 4 Jaguars, and I don't know who will be taking part. I haven't seen the rostrum yet. Then we have in ninth place Rufus, ladies and gentlemen. Rufus starting in 9th, and I believe Rufus is one of the my fellow commentators in the URL. They've got like 6 of them. But yeah, I think Rufus, if you find his channel, he covers URL races also, I think. 10th, we've got Max, or Max Decimeridius, if you may. But he is in a beautiful Days of Thunder ode, the mellow yellow livery from said film. If you've not seen the film, I'd see it. The racing's great. It's got cheesy bits in it, but it's a Tom Cruise, Hollywood huge thing. It has to have all of that to get people to go to the cinema. But the actual racing side of it is pretty damn good as well, I'd say. Cole Trickle, he always goes high. He's going low. No, that's no spoil. That might be spoilers. Sorry. No, you don't need to watch it now. You know what happens. In 11th place, Bubblegum. And Bubblegum out qualifying weight C, but a little bit behind on the Frank. And Bubblegum, he started this season a lot stronger than I feel he's ending it. But then there's been some new entries, hasn't there? In all fairness, if you take out your Black Stars and some of those other guys up there, Hoyland and Fazzy, they didn't start the season. Well, I think Fazzy started the season, then disappeared for a couple of weeks and then came back. But Tidders, yeah, Bubblegum running solid 5ths early on in the championship. But I think as the numbers have bulked up, Bubblegum's found himself down there in 11th. But his racing has not got, it hasn't got any worse. It has got anything but. He has had some great dices of the last few rounds, and it looks like he's going to have some more with the people around him. So, Bubblegum, qualifying in 11th. 12th, ladies and gentlemen, is the championship elect. You know, he's a hopeful, used to be the leader, now 7 points trailing from that green car you can see in the distance there, and I am sure he is more than aware of where Ginger is in this grid. But Carlsberg, his qualifying of late has let him down somewhat, it has to be said. Brownie in the chat saying, good evening, Thingy, hope you're well, I'm good, man. And Rob saying, do you know who is doing comms for the top tier of Sunday's URL? I honestly don't have a clue. I reckon it's, I thought it was Slowpoke, but I can't be sure. Right then, so that's Carlsberg. And then we have Waitsy. Waitsy down in 13th. Oh, that car just pings, doesn't it? Look at it, glowing. Almost glowing, Tron-like. And, yeah, Waitsy, he's still in that fight with the Frank. And obviously Frank has a habit of going sideways a lot. So that could be them positions. And he can see the Bubblegum ahead of him. That's another one on his list. So, Waitsy qualifying in 13th. But I tell you what, it's such a long track. It's 2 tracks in one. So this is like you make a mistake, you push, you make more mistakes. It just compounds. It just compounds from the one mistake onwards. It just gets worse and worse sometimes. So Waitsy starting in 13th and still in the best looking car on the grid. Fortnite forever, ladies and gentlemen. It's our boy Steele, and yes, he's not on the pace of those around him, but he does not quit, and that is what I am here for. I appreciate him. He keeps going. He keeps trying to get better. Lap after lap. He doesn't let it deter him. He sticks to it. He sticks to the mission, and he gets on with it. Never have I heard anything that he's had enough, doesn't want to do it anymore. There's no whining, there's no grinding. Well, he might do to his parents, but it doesn't come through in the chat. Maybe he's got a Max Verstappen-style dad forcing him to race. But if not, he's doing a fantastic job, and I appreciate you still being here week after week. Rob saying last season it was, but he's doing a different one this time from what I've seen. Oh, I haven't got a clue then, bro. I kind of lost touch with it because I got really too busy and dropped out the Sunday stuff because I know they want that stuff like dead on that week, and I couldn't do it. They'd have to wait a week because I work nights and there's just no time to do it during the week. It'd have to be a week late, and I think they like that. I mean, they even Tuesdays I used to do the DTM stuff. and someone offered to take it up, and I was only a week behind on that, and someone said, oh, look, do you want me to take over for you? And I was like, yeah, you can do. I was really surprised. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I don't think they like it. The academy, they seem to be a bit more relaxed. They let me go a week. I mean, I'm 2 weeks behind now. But yeah, I don't think they like their other racers being too far behind. That's why I can't really qualify. I don't offer to do them anymore. Brownie says Steele has done really well this season. He has. Yeah, so I dropped out on the Sunday thing just because I can't do them fast enough for for what I think they would like. No one's ever said it, but I just assume. I have a feeling they like it done as soon as possible, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do that. I'd always be a week behind, like I've been with the academy. Right then, we know who is where. We know what they've got to do. All there is, look at that track. It's ridiculous. You look at the top right, that's ridiculous. These are like, they've only just got the stabilizers off. You know what I'm saying? They're only just getting their feel for online racing, and that is the track that they've got to face. Bababi and Mamabi, all in one. It's a lot. Yamagawa, sorry, and Miyabi, I believe. I'm not that terrible. I was trying to be funny. Right then, Tidders on pole, rolling start, soft tyres, 25 minutes of racing. All the information you need is there. Let's go. And we're off then. Tidders, great start then, a nice straight for him to try and get away from the Fazzy. It's a fast corner, fast entry into this one, and Fazzy's looking for a move earlier on. Early doors, he's trying to pull up alongside our boy Tidders, but Tidders maintains, ladies and gentlemen. They're both off. They've both got caught out there with the cold tyres, and Blackstar is here to collect. Blackstar up and about their business and ready to leap on their backs. Hoyland is in fourth, Ninky fifth, but Ninky's got a Ginger looking, it's very close between the Ninks. Ninks cuts off the nose of the Ginger, and Ginger then knows his place, but he's coming back again. Ginger having another sniff, none a whiff, but Hoyland is now defending. Hoyland is defending Ginger, and Ninky and Ginger virtually side by side there. The green and the white and red car absolutely going, and there's a bit of contact between Hoyland and Ninky. Ninky off the road, OMG, EMR, and there you go. Hoyland's still going though. Hoyland's still managing to go, and it's Ninky that's lost out there. Frank's moved up into fifth place now. Ginger sixth, and Rufus is in seventh, with Saint is in eighth, with Max ninth, and he's got Bubblegum all up and about him. Bubblegum looking to get racy here, ladies and gentlemen. Bubblegum fancying to, well, he's already raised himself up one spot with the drop of my words, Ninky, yeah, it was Ninky, sorry. It's a lot of names to remember in a short time. And Bubblegum then looking at the Max ahead, and Max having to defend the spot. We've still got Tidders leading with Fazzy and Blackstar are your top three, as Carlsberg now lines up the Ninky, and that's that bit where I said the tracks join together and there's a bit of a bump, it can spin you out. Bubblegum not intimidated whatsoever and makes a pass. Bubblegum, you legend. Now he's going to set about the Saints, and Bubblegum suddenly has come to life and is doing what needs to be done to be a pro sim racer. Now Carlsberg's coming back at me. Went a little wide, did Bubblegum, in that hairpin, but he's got the inside to the Carlsberg, but Carlsberg's got a very big mission and he's lost a position. No, Bubblegum's kept it. I thought Carlsberg had lost a position to Max. Max fancies a piece of the Bubblegum and Carlsberg. He goes for the Carlsberg while Bubblegum tries to survive that onslaught. Brilliant stuff. Carlsberg then now having to defend from the Max, and Max is alongside down the straight, and Carlsberg loses out that position as Watesy is waiting to collect whatever people drop behind. Ninky alongside the Steel there. It's a bit racy between the Ninky and the Steel, but a little respect there, giving them each other racing room. But Steel fancies to keep that inside line against Ninky, and Ninky's going to have to late break it, which he does, and he survives the corner just about, and Steel putting up a great defence there for the corner, and Ninky just about getting through. Tidders pulling away from the Fazzy. They survived that early off, ladies and gents. Can you believe it? Blackstar not able to stick to their pace and losing a bit of ground to him. Hoyland staying very close to Blackstar indeed, making a race of this one for himself. Frank up to 5th, and he's still on the track, which is big respect. And Ginger, though, is looking for a late break on the outside, sweep it through and try and cut through up the inside, and Ginger nearly getting it, but the car just stepping out on him somewhat, and now he has to wait for this series of corners where he can find an opportunity to get a late break onto the Frank there. And at the moment, Frank doing all he needs to do to keep the green Rexy behind. And Ginger chewing at the bit, absolutely biting on the block to try and get himself past that red car of the Frank. And he's just glued to the rear area, and someone's going slow. Hoyland's going slow. Unbelievable. What the bejeebers did happen to the Hoyland? Into the first corner goes, oh, he had to go wide, lift, bang on the barrier, back on the track, but yeah, he's keeping it under control, and the Venom car slipping down into 6th place. That gives Frank a 4th place. That battle against Bubblegum and Waitsy really is starting to liven up. Ginger finds a way past. Ginger, we saw him last lap give it a go there, and it just wasn't giving, and he got it this time. Ginger up and into 4th place now. Unbelievable racing, ladies and gentlemen, and Frank staying right on his rear derriere, ready to repay the favour. And Ginger, he knows enough now after 10 rounds to give away an easy spot, and Frank's going to have to work for this one. And Hoyland, remember, who is a little faster than the pair of them, is lurking around in the background. And Blackstar, he probably... Oh no, Ginger nearly losing it off the curb, and that gives Frank a little bit of hope, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel that he's going to get that 4th place back. He only just got it from Hoyland making a mistake, and then lost it to Ginger almost instantly, and he's coming back now, is Frank, resurging like the phoenix from the flames. And this is the comeback, ladies and gentlemen. Frank on to the Ginger, and up he goes. Ginger down into 5th place. This race is going to continue. Let's have a quick look how Tidders is doing. Tidders is doing fine out there in the lead. He's being tracked by the Fazzy. Blackstar all by himself, as we've got a side-by-side action through the fast S's from Frank and Ginger, and Frank's still ahead, but Ginger is looking very threatening indeed, and all this time Hoyland is getting very much closer to the pair of them around the outside for Ginger. Bold and brave, and he has to give him space. Frank has to give him space, and that gives Ginger the in. Ginger's up into 4th. He's got the position. What a move from Ginger. And there was nothing he wants to attack, but he's got to defend from Hoyland. It's a fight out there. Poor old Frank is in himself. Got himself into a real pickle here, ladies and gentlemen, in betwixt the Hoyland and the Ginger. Unbelievable racing, it has to be said. Indeedly do, it does. So Ginger then just about ahead of the Frank, and Frank dancing all over the back of the Rexy there, standing on his tail, as you may, to get himself ahead. Unbelievable. Hoyland in 6th. We got Rufus. He's quietly got on with things, hasn't he? Rufus has, in 7th at the moment from 9th, just keeping his head down, cracking on. And he's ahead of the Saint, who's ahead of Bubblegum now, who's still ahead of Carlsberg and Max and the Waitsy. Waitsy not too far, and Ninky struggling to catch up with Waitsy at the moment. Waitsy doing a absolute solid job. This is what he needs. Some nice, consistent lap times, steady pace. And Ninky chasing him down with Steel. And he's not doing too bad. Longer tracks are so much more difficult, I find. The Nordschleife is just a nightmare. And this one's probably the next nightmare, or Sequoia. Just the length, because you make a mistake early on, it's really frustrating, and then you push for the rest of the lap and you make hundreds of mistakes. So it's about concentration, really. Oh, Steel, just a little wide there, but he caught it. He caught it nicely. Tidders then leads ahead of the Fazzy. Fazzy is the fastest man last time around. Can he do it again? He needs to close that gap. 2:30. He's still the fastest man, but from the lap before, and Tidders a 31, so he's nearly he's only a tenth or so faster than Tidders at this point. It's a long way to go for Fazzy if he wants to get that win. Black Star in third place. Black Star looking pretty safe, but Ginger now has been unleashed from the rear derriere of Frank, and can he find a second or two to close in on Black Star? Black Star at the moment 31.4, his best, and Ginger 31.3 was his best, and his last lap losing a bit of time with the race with Frank and Hoyland. Hoyland losing a lot of time last time out, and he'll be looking to gain the 2 places ahead of him, but Frank's still sniffing out for the Ginger. And the Ginger has got a championship to win, don't you know? And with Carlsberg quite far back behind Bubblegum, it's going to be easy pickings. Rufus looking great in the Japanese sun here at Kyoto Driving Park. And he's looking splendid, ladies and gentlemen. Doing a super job in 7th. Closing up to Hoyland now, who's stuck up the back of the Frank. And we've got a bit of a 4-way battle as Ginger still not quite safe. Still not quite safe from the crowd behind. They're ganging up on him now. Then we've got the Saint, but the Saint's got Bubblegum. Bubblegum on the attack. This is it. Bubblegum pulls the trigger, goes for the move. Bubblegum up the inside. Can he maintain it? Does he late brakes himself? The Saint pulls up alongside. The Saint's on the apex, and Bubblegum then does lose the position, but he loses to Carlsberg as well. Carlsberg's got in the mix. Carlsberg's in the mix as well. Unbelievable. But Bubblegum saves it from Carlsberg, and he didn't lose it to the Saint. He went on the attack of the Saint. So it all is the same. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. We are good. Calm down. Carlsberg's looking very racy. Oh gosh, what did I do? Sorry, pulled you right out of it then. Carlsberg then looking at the Bubblegum. This is absolutely edge of your seat stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Just beware. Keep that heart calm. Oh, big slide over the... and we might have to go back and have a look. What the bejeebers happened there? Sorry. All 3 of them met at the apex, and we were on board with Carlsberg at the time. Or breaking, a little tap there from Bubblegum. I think he had a massive lift because he hit the Saint. And Carlsberg just stuck to the inside and stayed out of the way. Carlsberg, though, not ahead of the Saint. The Saint still maintaining that 8th place, and Bubblegum did lose, but I think he lifted because of the contact with Bubblegum. Look at that, he's a young lad, but he's got a mature head. He's got a very mature head. Carlsberg, a mature racing head anyway. Carlsberg up there in 8th is Ma and Pa might say. Well, he doesn't come across that mature at bedtime. But in the seat of a racing car, he is he has a mature head. He's a clever lad. He knows how to race. He plays the game well. And that's what exactly he's doing right now with Carlsberg. And the Saint. It's unbelievable stuff. Brownie must be absolutely buzzing with the pride of prides. Look at him go! Brownie, look at your spawn. Wowzers. Carlsberg coming back again at this fight. Carlsberg fancying a piece of the Bubblegum. Bubblegum's being very difficult with these guys today. And Carlsberg frustrated down in 8th as he sees his championship hopes dissipate. And the Saint running in 4th, but now Carlsberg gets through. Bubblegum there in 9th, and Max is ahead of the Saint. The Saint losing out to Max now. And what a battle we have down here with Ninky trying to close in on these guys. Yellow flag, someone's off. It's Rufus. Oh no, Rufus was having such a good race as well. And I've told you, it's where them tracks join together. Very tricky, can catch you out. And that's Rufus then moving down behind the Saint and ahead of Ninky. Ninky coming in fast. He had early issues in this race. Up ahead, Fazzy's taken the lead. I apologise, Fazzy. He was going a little faster than Tidders for a while there, and Tidders stuck in the early 31s, with Fazzy now taking mid-30s. So Fazzy finding a little bit more speed out there on track than the Tidders has been able to. Black Star still in the 31s, also unable to close in, with Ginger in the 31s as well. Frank losing sight of Ginger. He's getting a little further away, but Hoyland does not forget. Hoyland there wanting that 5th place from the Frank. Carlsberg has had to get his sleeves up, getting down and dirty in the mid-pack, and Carlsberg there in 7th place ahead of Bubblegum, but he cannot count the Bubblegum out today. He's been on the magic stuff. He's been on the special Ribena. He's flying. Max has a little meeting with the barrier, and the Saint comes through. Rufus getting caught up with the Max then, and that's given Ninky an opportunity to get through. And Rufus then, and Waitsy, he's missing all the action. And Steele's not been doing some bad times. They're regular, they're consistent. That's what you're looking for. Build the speed afterwards, get the consistency. Fazzy, at the moment, he has both consistency and speed. He really is enjoying this track. And Fazzy flying. Tidders setting a chase. Black Star under pressure. Frank has absolutely, he's got past Ginger as well. Unbelievable. What go on? How has Frank done that? What has happened here? So 20 seconds ago, Ginger has a bit of a nightmare. It's going a bit slow. Frank comes through. And Black Star, for some reason, is going slow as well. So did Ginger and Black Star ever coming together? Sorry, guys. We've got to check out what has happened here. We've gone back 30 seconds from there. Oh, there we go. There's Black Star's woes. He had a big one. And Ginger, in sympathy, had a bigger one. Just showing off. And that has handed virtually a podium to our boy Frank. Come on, Frank. He's having it. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Praise the Lord. Beelzebub has the devil put aside for me. For me. For me. He hasn't done it quite yet, and Black Star still holds on to that position. But Frank is hungry. Hungry, I tell you. And wishes to have third. Ginger, meanwhile, is having a bit of a moment with Hoyland. Hoyland remembers he was in this top 5 at one point and wishes to be in amongst it again. Carlsberg in 7th, Ginger in 5th. Big news. We've still got 10 minutes left of racing here, and Carlsberg and Ginger look like they're set to meet in the middle somewhere. Bubblegum in 8th, but he's got a whole host of trouble coming his way. He's got to maintain a high lap time because he's got the Saint, the Ninky, Rufus, Max all queuing up and waiting. So yeah, Bubblegum, he cannot rest, he cannot wait, he cannot hang around whatsoever. The Saints, Ninky and Rufus all meeting at the apex of the corner. Beautiful stuff, and Max is there and thereabouts. Hey, the Saints in the chat saying hi, bud, thanks for doing the comms for us. You do a fantastic job, love the humour. Well, yeah, I try, but I don't think it's that funny. Fazzy then out there in the lead with Tidders. This one's really difficult, in all fairness, and I don't mean it. I can say some daft things. I really do say some really silly things when I do other people, like the other comms. And this one, I really try not to say things that aren't really what for children. And I'm not like saying swear words and that. It's just silly things that you shouldn't say. But I say them just to be funny. And then I have to try. I really try not to say daft grown-up things about terrorism and stuff. So it's yeah, I find this one, it's a challenge for me because I feel like I have to watch myself and what I say. So Black Star is now behind the Frank doing an absolutely spectacular job. And no, Black Star's coming back though. He doesn't want that. He said it was just a small mistake. Let's forget it. Let's scrub it out of our memories. Let's move on. Let's all move on, and moving on means me finishing in a podium and Frank finishing in 4th. But Frank hasn't read the script. He doesn't subscribe to that whatsoever, and he definitely doesn't like that idea. And there he goes. I told you. What did I tell you about our boy Frank? He loves a drift and he can't help his little self. Ginger back up into 4th place. Black Star. I don't think that was on purpose, but it slipped, didn't it? His natural self slipped and he drifted. Hoyland, 6th place. Carlsberg in 7th, but Carlsberg can't get out those 32s. And now Ginger's up to 4th. back in the 30s, although that last lap when he made the mistake, he lost 5 seconds, and it can happen again, and it can happen to anyone. So, especially at this track, Black Star playing gatekeeper at the moment. Baxter saying that was Code Brown behind Black Star. Wait until the last lap with Frank and me. Rob saying you have to watch yourself these days anyway with the UK Internet Police. Oh yeah, I don't mind. I'll take on Kit. I'm not bothered about that. Oh, Tidders has got himself a little penalty, and Fazzy, this is it then. Hands down. Oh, that was nearly a commentator's curse, was it not? I was just about to say, hands down, slam dunk win. And then he decided to go a little off-road, but he gathered her back up again. Tidders, though, has a penalty. He's going to pay that now. He's well enough ahead of Black Star, and Frank is back ahead of Ginger. So Ginger and Frank swapping it around, sharing it. Hoyland in 6th place, with Carlsberg in 7th. Carlsberg, look, he can see the green of the Rex. He can see the Rexy up the road. My word, the Saint in 8th. Bubblegum Rufus. Oh, it's all close and tight here. So the Saint has found his way past the Bubblegum, and now Rufus fancies it, and oh my MG. And Bubblegum, he's not really even lost them any time. It's just these guys have gathered up into his area, and now they're in his way. Rufus then just ahead, the Saint. They're ahead of him, and Ninky closing in on the evil-eyed Panda. I'm going to miss the Panda this season. I'm going to sit in the car for a bit and look at the back of Bubblegum's car, because I have enjoyed his livery this season. Yeah, I must say, it's eerie when you're sat behind him. I don't know what it's like racing him with like Ninky things. He's got Panda just red glowing eyes staring at him, looking into his soul, daring him to late break it into the corner. That's what that Panda's saying. I dare you. Late break it. Go on. Try it. See how you get on. Fazzy still leads from Tidders. Black Star in 3rd place. Sat on board with Ninky. We have got 5-6 minutes to go in this race, and it is far from over. Rob saying you can go and break into someone's house, nick the jewellery in the car, but don't say hurty words online. Hey, isn't it just a better way for us all to be? The online is quite... Oh, God, I'm all fingers with these buttons. That's what I want. I want to get rid of that. So what, Ginger and Frank got a bit dicey, did they not? In the last lap or so, they said, watch out for them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it ends. The internet, they can say hurtful things. I don't see why people have to be that way, though. But if you say your opinion, that's when it's crossing the line from hate speech to just having an opinion. And at the moment, it just scares you from what having an opinion and hate speech, where the line is. It's like I don't mind seeing all the flags everywhere. I quite like it. It's nice. There's a junction near us, and it's horrible. It's lights, and there's 4 different ways, and it's where the motorway joins, and it really is. If you get stuck at that junction, it's God almighty horrific, and you could be stuck there for a good 10-15 minutes some days, and it's just horrific, and it's grey, and it's just all posts and lights, and someone's come along and stuck Union Jacks on all the posts and the lights and that around there. And I know the meaning behind it isn't great, or Ginger's back ahead now of the Frank. These two still dicing. I quite like seeing the flags for whatever meaning they have or whatever they're trying to say. I know some people would like you to think they say get out of our country. I like to say look at our flag, isn't it awesome? Welcome. Pay taxes so we don't have to. Please pay our taxes for us, because I'm getting slaughtered at the moment. So if there's more people who want to come over and help with the tax burden, please do. But yeah, I just don't care anymore. I'm nearly 50. I don't think I'm all right securing my job-wise thing. It's not like I'm worried someone's going to steal my job. You have to learn a lot to do what I do. So it'll take them 20 years if they want, and by then I'll be at retirement age. So go for your life, son. Who knows? The world's a mess. Let's just enjoy sim racing, shall we? So Black Star there in third. Oh God, you got me down an alley there, Rob. What are you doing to me? Ginger in fourth, Frank in fifth, Hoyland in sixth. We've got Carlsberg in seventh. We've got the Saint in eighth. And Carlsberg could be in trouble here because the Saint is looking very racy here. Very racy indeed. And don't forget, the Saint he's got some beef in that fight. He's third. An outside chance, yes. Rufus struggling in that corner. Oh, Ninky all over the curbs, getting squirrely. Will that give Max an opportunity to come back at him? Bubblegum's looking fighty now against the Rufus. And Rufus still not safe in this race. Ginger back up to fourth ahead of Frank. These two keep swapping. I keep missing it. I apologise. I'll stick with it this time. This time we will stick with it. Black Star seems safe in his third place. Hoyland there is too far back. Carlsberg seems to be safe against... Oh, Rufus going for a move on the Saint. And Rufus going on the attack of the Saint right now. And Bubblegum not too far behind. And the Saint sticking to the apex. And that gives Rufus no opportunity. Went a little wide there, lost a bit of time. And it looks like Bubblegum slingshot out of that corner. And he could find himself right on their rear derriere. Frank closing up to Ginger again. And we are certainly getting close to a final lap here, I'm sure. If not on the final lap. I don't actually know where the line is. I should have paid attention. I think it's that flat straight bit. Yeah, we might get round for another lap. They might get round for another lap. I'm still not sure. Where are we? We're a minute in, and we've got 2 minutes to go. Ooh, a minute and 10 seconds to go. It might be the last lap, you know. Could well be. Maybe not for the leaders, but for these guys, this could be it. Frank will have to make his decision. Hoyland's safe. Carlsberg could be safe. Rufus has got to get ahead of the Saint, and Bubblegum. He's only got half a lap now to try and do something similar. Can he make it? Frank and Ginger very close together. Frank's looking very racy as they come out of that big corner into a very tight right-hand hairpin. Fazzy coming... Oh no, he's not quite there yet. 30 seconds on the clock. And this could well be the leader's last lap as well. Fazzy leads from the Tidders. Black Star in third. Ginger, he's pulled a bit of distance out from Frank now. And Frank, though, is running out of turns. Running out of turns for this one. 5 minutes left. No, it's... What? 5 minutes? No, it's 5... It's nearly over. 5 seconds, I meant. And there we go then. Fazzy coming up to the finish line. And he takes the win. Beautiful stuff from Fazzy. 1 to go. Tidders comes home in second. He'll be frustrated with that. He'll be frustrated with that. Black Star, oh my word, out of the final corner. Frank and Ginger side by side, taking away Black Star's podium. He's got it though, don't you worry. Podium for Black Star. Frank gets that fourth just about from Ginger. And Hoyland gets sixth place ahead of Carlsberg, who the damage is not too bad, but he's got to have a good last race there for the championship. Rufus in 8th, the Saint in 9th, Bubblegum in 10th, Ninky comes home in 11th, Max comes home in 12th, and Waitsy, he got himself in the 32s. That's the frustration with him. That's the pace. That's the pace the rest of the field was holding, 32s to 31, so Waitsy was close there. He is capable of it, but I think he's like me. He pushes. He just pushes to try too hard, and then has offs and all sorts of stuff there. So Waitsy comes across 13th, and the Steel getting a 36 out of that Porsche, which is extraordinary. And he's not that far behind. Look, that's pretty close for Steel at the end of the race. Superb stuff. And congratulations to Steel. Great drive there, Steel. I am impressed. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, calm your boots. That was epic. We've got another one of those as well. It's like they did all of their racing in the first race, but Fazzy, absolutely extraordinary stuff from the Fazmeister there. He takes the win from second place. Brilliant stuff. And Wayne saying, loving the comms as always thingy. No problem. I think that's Carlsberg, ladies and gents. Carlsberg, what's going on? You're letting this championship slip away, man. What happened? So, Fazzy. Fazzy takes the win. Tidders in second. Carlsberg, Blackstar, sorry, got Carlsberg on the mind. Blackstar rounds out your podium. And I've got to say, his livery is absolutely lit. I like it. Frank is fourth, and Ginger disappointed with fifth, I imagine, but a great race. He must be buzzing after that race with the Frank. Hoyland in sixth, a buffer between himself and the Carlsberg, Ginger and Carlsberg. Carlsberg's got it all to do in this final race. He's gonna have to take a win and hope that Ginger is absolutely nowhere. Can he do it? Rufus in 8th place. The Saint is in 9th. Bubblegum in 10th. Ninky in 11th. Max in 12th. Waitsy come home in 13th. Steele in 14th. And ladies and gents, here has to be said, unbelievable racing from each and every single one of them out there. You've got to say, it's hard to call them amateurs anymore, isn't it? They are pretty much pro sim racers now, ladies and gents. They have made it through the wilderness. I couldn't remember the name of the next thing. I made it through the wilderness. No, whatever. Na, 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 na.
I was too cautious going into the last.
Right, ladies and gents, calm your boots. Let's get all of the relevant information. It's a reverse grid. It is a reverse grid. Everything exactly the same apart from the reverse grid. Another 25-minute race that's going to be absolutely balls to the walls. Baxter saying, I was too cautious going into the last corner. Frank pipped me to fourth, sorry. What a little monkey he is. Hey? Little gas monkey. He usually likes to drift, doesn't he? I bet you was expecting to drift off at some point. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it's a reverse grid. So Steele starts at the front with Waitsy in second. Wow, the glare. Max Decky Meridius. I'm just going to call him Max Delicious, is in third. Ninky in fourth. Bubblegum in fifth. I just want to know, what flavour bubblegum was he thinking when he called himself Bubblegum? It's a cool name. I like it. I just wondered if there was a flavour. Spearmint? Just mint? I'm old school, though. Hubba Bubba. Hubba Bubba would be a good username. So, Bubblegum in fifth. Saint starts in sixth. And the Saint, I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's the TV show, The Saint. It's a bit like a cheaper James Bond. But I'm from the South Coast, so just up the road we've got Southampton, which they are the Saints. So he might be a scummer. I was going to say he might be a scummer. Sorry. I don't even care. I'm a northerner that lives in Portsmouth, so it makes no difference to me. They're rivals. But yeah, I'm just used to calling Southampton people scummers, just because that's what they're called around here. It's not very nice, is it? It's all right. Say it out loud or say it on the internet like Rob says, you get thrown in jail. So the Saint, I think it's the TV show rather than the Scumland that's up the road a bit. But he might be from Scumland, and they've got names for us. Don't you worry. I don't know if I can repeat them online. So the Saint in sixth, Rufus in seventh, Carlsberg starts in eighth, Hoyland in ninth, Ginger starts 10th behind Carlsberg, but not far enough behind. Carlsberg's got to pull his thumb out. Frank in 11th. We've seen he's got pace today. Blackstar in 12th. Tidders in 13th. And Fazzy starts in 14th after winning the first race and showing has got the most pace. So, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself for one final time in what we lovingly call the Croc Cup. Let's see them do it for one more hit. In these cars, anyway. They're coming back in the Jaguar Group 4s, I am sure. I think they've already had their first round. I'm behind again, believe it or not. Steele, then. winds it up for the final race, and he takes them away. And down towards that first corner, Waitsy. Has he learned anything from the first race? He usually has a better second race from what he takes out of the first race. So Waitsy going second into that first corner. Max Delicious in third with Ninky now, and Bubblegum we know is very racy early doors from that last race. The Saint in sixth, Rufus in seventh, we got Carlsberg in eighth, Hoyland in ninth, but Ginger very close to Hoyland. Ginger absolutely bins it such a way that he got in the way of, who was that, Frank and Tidders, was it? Oh, and Frank's been absolutely wiped out. I'm not sure if it was the Tidders or if Tidders got in his way, but there was definitely some contact there, and I'm not sure what happened. Black Star got involved as well. Fazzy is ahead of those guys. More yellow flags. We've got another off somewhere. Unbelievable. They must be back on again. So let's deep breaths. Waitsy leads, ladies and gentlemen. Waitsy leads ahead of the Steel. The Saint is in third with Ninky up and into fourth now, and the Steel fancying to take the lead back from our boy Waitsy. Waitsy trying to keep that car planted in the middle of the track while Steel dances around its rear, and now Steel, where he's been closely looking, he's gone deep into the corner, and he's giving the Saint an opportunity to get a better drive out of the corner. The Saint trying to pull himself alongside the Steel keeping it bang in the middle, trying to defend the spot, but Steel, no, he gets in the no. Oh, Ninky somehow takes both the Steel and then Ninky's out wide as well. Something went on, I'm not sure. We'll go back. I'm not sure where or what happened there. He was alongside. Ninky got around both of them. They both went round just rather gingerly, didn't they? And I think Ninky just sent it way too hard into the corner and found himself running out a bit of road there. So nothing happened. They slowed down enough, and Ninky did not. But the Saint does come out ahead, and Steel there showing some very good racing. Wheel to wheel without losing his head. Beautiful stuff. Hoyland sneaking around behind as Waitsy hopes that they all fall over each other and gives him an opportunity to pull away from the rest of the field. Unbelievable. The Saint then in second, Steel in third, and there's a whole queue of them, and Carlsberg is sixth, and Ginger, remember, hit a wall. Carlsberg's fourth. It's four in a row, four side by side virtually coming around there, and it's Hoyland and Carlsberg trading the paints of their cars, and Hoyland then in fourth, Carlsberg fifth. Rufus is there as well, though, on the spot in seventh, and Black Star trying to get involved as well, and the light is refusing to give up, so we can't see what racing is happening. Unbelievable. But the Hoyland now is up into fourth place. Black Star is in fifth, with Carlsberg slipping down into sixth. Rufus in seventh. Tidders is in eighth place, and Tidders has got Steel all up and about his business. So still in this race, with Ginger down in 10th, with Bubblegum in 11th. Maxi Delicious is in 12th. Ninky 13th after his off, and Frank, he got a big one, didn't he? I don't know, I can't remember now, so long ago, what happened to the Frank. The Saint then takes over the lead from Waitsy, and the Saint did show good pace in that first race. And he's gone a bit deep into that one, as he Waitsy stays on the apex, and Waitsy does claim it back from the Saint, and the Saint loses it to Fazzy. Fazzy from the right of the back of the grid, and we knew he was a lot faster than the rest of these guys. The Saint, though, maintains. Waitsy pulls it back, and Fazzy then, for what a move he tried to pull down the middle of the both of them, has lost out to the pair of them, and Waitsy keeps his second place. Unbelievable. The Saint, though, is now leading, with Waitsy in second, Fazzy in third, Hoyland in fourth, Black Star in fifth. What a race. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. Rufus dancing all around the back of the Black Star, fancying a way past. We're on board with Sir Rufus of Rufus and Nurses. And yes, a little contact from Black Star and Hoyland there, just ahead. Rubbing is racing, ladies and gentlemen, and barging is fun. I don't think it was a barge. I think it was a slide and a tap. And that gives Rufus a chance to pull alongside Hoyland. He can late break it onto the apex. Tidders has also somehow nipped up the inside of us. Unbelievable. Tidders is here to race, ladies and gentlemen, and there is no getting in his way. Look at him go. That's Tidders then pulling a move on Rufus. Carlsberg is the man behind. Wasey slipping behind Fazzy now up there in this lead of the race, but it's not that far away, is it, the lead of this race? Saint then leads the way, 5 minutes in, and Fazzy is in second, chasing him. Black Star now in third as Tidders is in fourth. Wasey slipping down. He must have got a bad drive out that corner. You lose all of your straight line speed if you can't get out that corner fast enough, and that's what I think happened to Wasey there, losing a lot of grounds. Coming out of the first corner, it's all about being in that right gear at the right time, getting the changes done, and yeah. Hoyland down in 7th. He's chasing after Wasey. Wasey is really on the tail of Rufus, really fancies a piece of the Rufus at the moment. And Rufus up to 5th. Tidders trying to make amends and get through the pack. Black Star found himself in 3rd again. Fazzy in 2nd. He's reeling off the purple sectors, and the Saint is trying to stay calm, stay cool, and stay collected as they hammer around at over 100 miles an hour. Beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Tidders in 4th, Rufus in 5th. He's not got to worry about Wasey anymore. Wasey's dropping back a little bit, and it's becoming Carlsberg and Wasey now. Hoyland in 8th. Ginger's up to 9th, ahead of Bubblegum, with Max Delicious in 11th. Ninky in 12th. Frank has caught up nicely in 13th. Well, these two are a little bit still behind the pack, and Steele looks like he's had a bit of an issue there on lap 2, and playing recovery. The Saint leads, Fazzy in 2nd. Big showdown up at the front. Black Star has Tidders coming in strong, and Black Star hasn't had the pace of the Tidders there, and Rufus is thereabouts as well. Very interesting. Wasey 6th place so far, but Carlsberg is coming in hot and heavy, and guess who's behind Carlsberg? It's the championship leader. Unbelievable. Rob saying they play each other tomorrow, don't they? Oh, do they? The Saint saying, I'm from up north, lol. Oh, so he's not a scummer. And Vodka Ropes saying, I'm from Stoke. And Rob saying they play at Portsmouth, as well as don't bump into any of them now, you said, scummers. No, well, they close Portsmouth off where no one's allowed anywhere. They get really scared when them two play each other. But once, and it's ridiculous, it is the mentalist thing you would have ever heard, they played each other like, I don't know, 10 odd years ago. It was a while ago, and obviously they ushered the Southampton players out before the Pompey players, supporters out, before any of the Pompey lot. And the Pompey lot was so peed off because I think they lost at home, and they were so angry, they ripped up their own city. They went through, and because they couldn't batter any Southampton people like Neanderthals, they went around destroying their own town. Have you ever heard such ridiculousness? Have you heard anything so mad and crazy? Your own home. It's like going home and having a poo in the middle of your front room. Why would you do it? Or smashing your own TV just before Netflix releases a new series you want to watch. Friggin' crazy. Ginger! Ginger having a moment. Where's his championship, ladies and gentlemen? Has anyone seen it? Carlsberg's looking for it up there in 7th. Unbelievable stuff falling apart at the very final race for Ginger. He's pushing too hard. Fazzy is now in the lead. He's got himself past the Saint. Black Star in 3rd, Tidders in 4th. Rufus is in 5th. I mean, we're talking about the same city, and I came from a place called Paulsgrove, a council estate in Portsmouth, where a paediatrician opened up on in a little like alleyway avenue. It's like where a row of shops are, and a paediatrician opened up, and there's nothing better, is there? A doctor for kids, but obviously people from Paulsgrove don't know what paediatrician means, and thinks, oh, they just saw pedo and then they were outside with banners telling him to get out. I kid you not. You look it up. It's online. So Fazzy out there in the lead. I love living in a council estate. I grew up in a council estate, and I've got to say, it is the best. It wasn't at the time, but now I've escaped. It's so funny. So Fazzy leads with the Saint in second, Black Star in third, Tidders is in fourth, but Rufus is really knocking on that door. Somebody's knocking on my door, somebody's ringing my bell. And Tidders, he's got to put everything together here. He's got to make everything right. He's the fastest man on track last time around, and no, Fazzy's taken that away from him now. Fazzy, first time in the 29s. I don't think anyone got in the 29s in that first race, but Fazzy really is pushing the envelope here at Kyoto Driving Park. The Saint in second, Black Star in third, but Black Star is barely holding on from the Tidders and Rufus. Rufus is all in this business. He's all about it, ladies and gentlemen. Is the Rufus fancying a third spot here? Everyone fancies Black Star's third spot, but he's got his towel on it. He's got his name already written on third spot every race. I don't think Southampton people mind being called scummers anyway. It's not only Portsmouth that calls it. It's not a football thing. It's apparently it's a dockyard thing. I think the dockers at Liverpool and the dockers at all the other major ports call Southampton the same thing. It's because they opened there was a massive, I'm talking about hundreds of years ago, possibly, I don't know. But there was a big sort of they needed better conditions and better wages, so all the dockyard workers striked, and Southampton crossed the line, opened across the dock, pitted line, opened their docks. So I think that's why they've got that nickname. Fazzy leads the way, the Saint in second, Black Star in third. Yeah, I think they call us skates because of the naval port. Tidders in fourth, Rufus in fifth, and I'm from Chesterfield, so I don't know, we're just the crooked spires, I guess. But I've not followed football for a long time. Football doesn't feel like it's been football since the 90s. I don't know. I really enjoyed football in the 90s, and then, I don't know, I lost interest. Either I had other things on my mind, like children, breeding, or I just lost interest in football a little bit. Carlsberg, this is not what he needs for his championship. Ginger is miles away though. Carlsberg though, he really needs to be getting up more. He can see him just ahead of him as well. Frustration from Carlsberg there. This championship was he just needed a good result, and Ginger to have a bad result, and he's got 50% of that already going his way. But he's not getting up there in that top five, is he? Fazzy absolutely running away with this one. Something tells me Fazzy's not going to be here next season. He's going to get scooped up into that top league, isn't he? Unless he's like 15 and under. I'm not sure. I don't know their informations. I find it's better if I don't know anyone. I know Bubblegum. I think he's about 9 or 10. Probably 10 now, maybe. I don't know Hoyland. Frank, I think, is 15. I'm not sure about Max, Ninky, and Steele, I think, is about 9 or something like that. So I don't know everybody's information. Ninja, I think he's a youngster. Krell, that's sometimes with us, he's a youngster. But yeah, some of these guys, I don't know whom or what Fazzy's background is. I let other people worry about that. I just turn up and I just rock up, load the replays, shout about it, and then turn it all off again. Do you know, I'm not covering a lot of leagues now because I'm really busy, but at my height, I think I was covering about 6 different leagues. So it's tough to try and stay who's who in what. Rufus then in fourth, Tidders in fifth. Tidders getting extremely close. Oh, Rufus was behind Tidders, so Rufus somewhere along the way, and Tidders pulls the trigger and he takes contact with Black Star. Unbelievable. Oh, what a shame. He slows down though. He slows down, he recognises his mistake, and Blackstar gets himself dusted off. And now Carlsberg, things are coming to life for Carlsberg. This is what he was looking for. His fight with Ginger in the championship has just come alive as he's come across Rufus as well. And that's a podium, is it not? It is. It is, ladies and gentlemen. Is this enough? Is this enough for Carlsberg in this race? Fazzy leads. The Saint in second and Carlsberg. My word, things have opened up. The championship has just got quite doubtful. Michael Massey has made an appearance. He didn't affect it, no, but it's the sort of thing that Michael Massey would do to change a championship. Carlsberg then up to third, Blackstar in fourth, Wasey in fifth. Wasey having an absolute banger as well, ladies and gentlemen. Where have I been? What have I been covering? This race is all over the shop. Oyland in sixth, Frank is in seventh with Bubblegum and the Tidders either side of him trying to fight. There's Tidders. Yes, Tidders was knocked down, wasn't he? As well as, I don't know why Rufus slowed down. And I can't even see Blackstar. Where is Blackstar? Oh, it's not too bad for Blackstar in fourth. And I can't remember who Tidders hit to knock down there. It must have been Rufus, maybe. And Ginger then down in 11th, still some way off the guy ahead of him. He's trying to do some lap times now to close in. And that must have been heart-wrenching for Ginger. Absolutely heart-wrenching to see that Carlsberg up and into third now. Starting to find his gander, ladies and gentlemen. He's starting to find his riz. Oh, nearly throwing it away. Fazzy leads your race. He's going to be a two-time winner here at the Kyoto Driving Park. Unbelievable stuff from the Marmite liveried Porsche driver of the Croc Cup. And the Saint doing an absolute banging job, looking for a second place here today, with Carlsberg miraculously turning this championship around. And we wonder, I'm not doing any maths, I've got the table for the end. I don't know whether or not to say I've seen it or not. I've written it down, so I obviously know. But still, this is exciting. Very exciting. Let me just tell you that. Blackstar in fourth place. And then we have a whole host. Wasey getting over the curves. And that's Hoyland through. Hoyland up into fifth. Wasey now having to deal with Frank, is it? Tidders? Who knows? Tidders then goes around the outside. And Tidders, ooh, lay on those brakes, gets it up and through. And then we have Frank trying to get a move done on Wasey. Frank and Wasey, they're close in the table, but I think after Frank's first race performance, it's going to be tough for Wasey to get past him on those points now. And Hoyland losing a position there to Tidders. Toyland and Hoyland. Tidders then around the outside, and Tidders now is racing on another level. After his late break and smacking into someone and taking Blackstar with him, he is now driving on renewable gases. Blackstar in fourth, chasing down the Carlsberg, wanting that third place back. The Saint safe in second, surely. 18 minutes into this race with only 7 minutes to go. What could go wrong at this point, eh? Fazzy flying. The Saint in second, Carlsberg in third. We've got Blackstar in fourth, Tidders in fifth, but how he's got past Frank, has he not? Hoyland is close behind as well, on board with the Hoy, as we see Frank go for the Tidders ahead. Tidders, no defending there, he can't do anything. I don't think there was contact either, really, and if there was, it was very light contact. That would be down to the game's physics rather than that contact. Oh, and Tidders just absolutely ploughed it in there. Ploughed it in there. Not happy with the GT7 physics, or the drivers, or the players. Fazzy in the lead, the Saint in the second, Carlsberg in third, Blackstar in fourth, Frank surviving after that in fifth, with Tidders in sixth. And the problem is, I think he hit the wrong person. I don't think Hoyland had done anything. Was it Hoyland he smashed out of it? I think it was, it was Frank who went up the inside of Tidders. Tidders showing a bit of frustration there, it seems. Waitsy under fire from Hoyland. In 8th, Ginger in 9th. I think Tidders apologised in the chat afterwards. I think he had a frustrating Christmas. He had a lot of personal things going on, and he did apologise. And I think if I read it right, he's been banned for next season. So I feel rough. I feel bad. But, you know, the stewards feel they have to do what they have to do. So Fazzy out there in the lead with the Saint in 2nd. Carlsberg in 3rd. Blackstar in 4th. Frank in 5th. Tidders is in the 6th place, and he's hit the wall again. And it looks like Frank's had a bit of a spin. Waitsy picks it up. Waitsy up to 5th. Come on, Waitsy! Come on, my son! Waitsy, here week in, week out, never deterred. Feels rotten sometimes after the race. It comes across in the messages of the pace. He wants to go faster. He's like me. He's a frustrated pro sim racer, and he wants to do well. And here it is. Here it is. 10 races, 20 races, 10 rounds, and he's in 5th place, doing an absolutely fantastic job. Hoyland up to 6th. Tidders in 7th. Frustration from the Tidders at the moment. Ginger in 8th. Ginger starting to turn things around and making Carlsberg's 3rd a mockery of this championship. Bubblegum in 9th, quietly getting on with it. 31-0 from Bubblegum there. Oh, Bubblegum. And we've only got 4 minutes left of the race, but Bubblegum really showing some extraordinary pace come the end of the race. Frank in 10th. He did get a knock earlier, but I think his position really is from that going sideways over the curb. Max Delicious in 11th. Rufus is in 12th. These guys are kind of spaced out now. Ninky in 13th, and the Steel there in 14th. And again, Steel, mightily impressed with him this season. The way he stuck with it, he's not let it beat him. He's not gone off to play Fortnite. He's stuck with the racing. And to tell you the truth, I've got a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old, and they only have a 15-second attention span thanks to TikTok. So I'm impressed that Steel can hang this one out for 2 25-minute races, in all fairness, without needing to turn TikTok on. Fazzy out there in the lead, to Saint in 2nd, Carlsberg in 3rd, but Carlsberg's in trouble because, remember, Blackstar always finishes 3rd or 1st. And Blackstar then, fancying that 3rd place back. We have only 2.5 minutes of racing. Next lap probably will be the final lap, ladies and gents, and Fazzy going for a double win here at Kyoto. I guess someone likes this track. Some people have tracks they use as test tracks. Kyoto is a favoured one. I used to use Tokyo, the long Tokyo Expressway version for a while. Some people use Nordschleife. So, yeah, I reckon Fazzy, this is his test track. It's just they're good choices. Some of these tracks are good choices. The longer the track, because they've got more of corners, more, you know, they appear a lot. Hairpins and stuff like that. Like Nürburgring is almost, Nordschleife, sorry, has got almost every variation of corner from every track in it. When people say, I'm going to put the best track together from all the corners from all of the race tracks around the world, you think, someone already did, it's Nordschleife. And in fact, what they did was make all of the race tracks in the world from the corners of Nordschleife. So Fazzy out there, doing what he needs to do. The Saint is in 2nd. A great job from the Saint here. He had a fight and a struggle in the first race, but the 2nd race has just landed perfectly for him, and he has been able to get on with the business of getting on, and has shown what pace and agility he's got. Great job from the Saint. Carlsberg under pressure, and he's not let it crack him. He's not let it define him. He's not let it break him. And Blackstar is just not giving up on him. He's not giving up on that 3rd place. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go on the clock. Tidders in 5th ahead of Ginger. And that has worked out really nicely for Ginger. The last we saw, 11th. Bubblegum on the fight with Waitsy. Waitsy's not giving it up. And again, these two very close into the championship. And this could be a very important points here between the two of them. Side by side all the way through there. a little touch there, but I don't think Wasey quite give Bubblegum enough room there, and or didn't realise he was there. I find with these guys, if no one's ever told you, the radar is absolutely a lifesaver on the onboard vision things. The radar is perfect. Just shows you where they are when they are. So Bubblegum getting that position away from Wasey. Great stuff. Hoyland in 9th, Frank in 10th. He's had a mini adventure, hasn't he, ladies and gents? With Max Delicious in 11th, Rufus in 12th, Ninky in 13th, 14th for Steele. And here we go for the second time this round, ladies and gentlemen. Fuzzy takes the win. Well done, son. The Saint comes through the final corner and gets himself a well-deserved second place. Beautiful stuff. Good drive, sir, to you. Well done. Top of the hat. Carlsberg does keep that third ahead of Blackstar. Has that done something for him in the championship? Tidders crosses the line in 5th place. Ginger in 6th. 7th for Bubblegum. 8th for Wasey. 9th for Hoyland. And Frank is just about... Oh, Frank dropped it like it's hot. And it's Max that comes through in 10th place. As you can't see, the sun is... killing it. Rufus in 11th. Frank's already got a penalty, but he's far enough ahead of Ninky, maybe? He is. Frank keeps 12th. Ninky in 13th. And Steele then is making his way to the line. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute banging season we've had with the Cayman Porsches around the world. It's been beautiful with these guys. They say they're amateur, but I still think they're better than me. I think most of them would beat me. I should join them one round, shouldn't I? If ever I have a Monday off. And that's not going to happen till March, until we build an F1 car. Hey, we may have built one. I'm not going to practice though. So Steele then brings it around that final corner and brings the season to a close, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to say a warm, huge thank you to all of the guys at URL Ultimate Racing League who organise and steward and do all the hard work tables for this championship. It has been a absolute blinder, and thank you for them to putting something on for the guys that are just starting out and for the younger drivers. It's huge. It is huge. So after second race, Fazzy takes the second win of the round. The Saint gets a great second place. Carlsberg gets a podium. Is it enough to take the championship back? Blackstar in 4th, Tidders in 5th, Ginger. And what a comeback for Ginger from 11th up to 6th. Bubblegum in 7th, Wasey in 8th, Hoyland in 9th, Max finishing in 10th, Rufus in 11th, Frank in 12th, Ninky in 13th, Steele finishing in 14th. Right then, what you really want to know is, are you going to go my way? Oh, no, you want to know who won the table, don't you? Right then, looking at the chat. Wayne saying you're always welcome, Thingy, no problem. And the Baxter saying, yay me, I win the championship. Oh, taking the thunder. Cheers, Thingy, says Vodka Rob. So Ginger wins the championship, as he's already said. 259 points. And Carlsberg was on 254 points. It was tight. It was very close. And Ginger only just won that championship. And I'm sure Carlsberg will be back. Unless they promote Ginger into the other league. Who knows? I don't know nothing. They tell me nothing. And I don't ask anything, do I? So it's my own fault. And the Saint finished on 244 points in 3rd place. Blackstar finished in 4th on 235 points, with Fazzy in 5th on 228 points. Tidders in 6th on 213 points. Bubblegum in 7th, got ahead of the Frank. Well done, Bubblegum, on 270... Yeah, no, he was already ahead of the Frank. Sorry, Bubblegum then 273 with Frank on 173. Sorry, with Frank on 168. Waitsy finished on 159th in 9th place. Ninja on 104 in 10th. Krell 11th on 92. Steele finished on 78 points in 12th. Max finished in 13th on 67 points. The Plumber in 14th on 35 points. We said that was Hoyland, and Ninky finished in 15th on 34 points. Only 1 point between Hoyland and Ninky at the end there. Fantastic stuff. So, humongous, huge thank you, like I said, to everyone involved, you guys who watched, the guys that raced, and the guys that organised. They all need a good old pat on the back. And yeah, for those that raced, the juniors out there, you did immensely, you did amazingly, all of you. You should all be very proud of yourselves, and you deserve extra sweets. You should tell your mum and your dad that you deserve extra sweets for what you achieved this season. Really sugary ones that make you bounce off the ceilings just before bedtime. Thank you. You won't be watching this till tomorrow. I really did want to get the stream out early so the young'uns could watch it, but time just got away from me, and I apologise to you guys. Wow. We all need to just calm down after that, don't we? That was fantastic. Well done, guys. Well done. The same saying, congratulations, Changer, and well done all. Enjoyed the racing. Well done, everyone. I enjoyed the racing as well. You're right. It's been fantastic. I look forward to whatever comes next for the Academy. They're in the Jaguar Group 4s. They've already raced around. I'm behind as usual. And yeah, I will try. And get on top of these things when I can, sir. I am working an extra day at the weekends, you see. This is why it's a real struggle for me to find the time. Ginger in the chat saying, was a great season. Just being consistent each round and turning up each week helped. There were others who should have won this, though. Carlsberg saying, new season, it's going to be better. Ooh. Yes, well, I'll be there in a week or two. Cheers, everyone. Fantastic stuff again. And you know the real winners is the Ultimate Racing League. And huge congratulations to those guys. It's another banger. There's not much else to say except for thank you for turning up. Thank you for watching. Thank you later. And I'll see you later. Cheerio. Peace and love. Peace and love, y'all.